To our missing series now, and the disappearance of a little girl named Alexis Patterson. It was May 3rd, 2002, when the 7-year-old walked to school with her stepfather in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She never made it home that day. That was 20 years ago. No one has seen Alexis since. But when it came to Alexis's case, things moved much more slowly. The FBI did not get involved until 3 days after this little girl vanished. A week after that, a $10,000 reward was offered. Elizabeth was found 9 months after her abduction. Alexis, 2 decades later, is still missing. Correspondent Kelly Beeson is joining us live in Milwaukee tonight. Kelly, you spoke with Alexis's mom today. She believes her little girl is still out there somewhere.
She does, Marnie, and for years she's been passionate about tracking her down. Now, on the 20th anniversary of her daughter's disappearance, she's hoping the renewed spotlight on this case helps to reunite her family.
She was an amazing little girl. She was my shining star. She still is my shining star.
Alexis Patterson was an ambitious student who loved to read and write. Teachers noting the little girl's beautiful smile. Her mother says she never missed a day of school.
Loved school, loved school on every level.
It was May 3rd, 2002, when the 7-year-old walked less than a block from her home to High Mount Elementary with her stepfather. He reportedly says he watched her walk up to the playground before he returned home. But teachers say Alexis never made it inside.
I didn't know what to think. Wait, hold up. 2 weeks before Alexis disappeared, the school had sent a letter home saying that there was a man trying to abduct a child. I was scared.
It was a revelation that sparked a frantic search. Posters with this image of Alexis in pigtails flooded the Milwaukee community. Volunteers, loved ones, and law enforcement hit the streets. But after days, weeks, and months of efforts, there was no sign of Alexis.
At the time, I just wanted my baby, and now I just want my baby.
I believe her stepfather led her to the school and could not confirm seeing her enter the school. That raised a red flag.
James Burnett is a former reporter for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel who covered this story extensively when it first broke. Just out of college at the time, Burnett says he had a credible police source tell him Alexis's mother and stepfather were not suspects in the crime, but were interviewed because they were the last to have had contact with their daughter before her disappearance. While Alexis's mother, Ayanna, passed her test, the source told Burnett Alexis's stepfather, Laurent Bourgeois, failed certain elements concerning whether or not he may have knowledge of the little girl's whereabouts.
When I heard it, figuratively, my jaw dropped, and I had to pick my jaw up and ask my source to repeat it and tell me again and tell me again and tell me again.
Burnett says that same source told him polygraph test results aren't admissible as evidence in Wisconsin courts and likely could not be used against Bourgeois in the event of any possible future criminal action.
My response was, it's going to get out there because I'm going to report it. I have to. It's irrelevant to this case. I have no doubt that there were people who were unhappy that I reported that, but again, my source was credible.
While Burnett did include the results in an article on May 11th, 2002, and 5 years later added Bourgeois' criminal record, including his involvement in a bank robbery in 1994, no other major revelations emerged. Ayanna says she believes the attention on her then husband took the focus off of Alexis's disappearance, distracting from the search.
I don't make anything of that because I took a lie detective test too, but there's no telling what they asked him. I don't know. I don't trust Laurent either. I don't trust him. I don't trust nobody.
Bourgeois and Ayanna divorced in 2005, years before he died of an apparent overdose in 2021. In 2016, after receiving a tip from a journalist, Ayanna says she's certain she found her daughter alive and well, living in the Midwest. She says she collected the young woman's DNA, and it was a match.
But I'm her mother. I'm telling you, this is my baby. She have 8 of the same identifying marks, and she have 4 other marks that I didn't even say nothing about.
Ayanna adding the Milwaukee Police Department never did their own DNA testing. However, News Nation received an email from the department saying they did in fact do a test that did not connect the 2 women.
This is being done purposely. They're going out their way not to connect me and my daughter's DNA because there are higher people involved. People more higher up. So when it comes to little bitty Alexis, little black little girl, she don't matter. She does not matter. She never did.
Now we want to read a statement we received from Milwaukee Police. They say they're dedicated to continuing to work on the missing persons case of Alexis Patterson. Throughout this case, detectives have thoroughly investigated each lead and continue to request the public's assistance. Marnie.
Kelly, it's such a tough one, and I feel for her mom. All these years later, Alexis would be 27 years old now. And like she said, I mean, she could be anywhere. So give me a clearer picture of this DNA situation. So mom says the DNA matched. Police say we ran the DNA. It didn't match. There's this woman in the Midwest who mom says, this is my daughter. What more do we know about that woman and her involvement and what she knows about all of this?
You know, it's an extremely difficult case to report on because we are going secondhand from really Ayanna, the mother of Alexis, and she says she is absolutely certain this is her daughter. She says because this is such a high-profile case, of course, we're keeping her identity concealed. However, she says there are a lot of layers, a lot of complications to it. Obviously, this woman has moved on with her life, has 2 children of her own, and so there are some complicating factors to this. But as we did report on, and as you mentioned, Marnie, police have said that they have had contact with this woman, that they did run a DNA test, that there is no conclusive evidence that the 2 are linked, are family. And so it really is a he said, she said without us doing our own DNA testing ourselves and being able to report on those results.
Meantime, the case is still open, police still investigating, and any mom never gives up on finding their child. Really sad story here, Kelly. Thank you for the update. And if you have any information about the disappearance of Alexis Patterson, any information is still good information. Call the Milwaukee Police Department or Crime Stoppers. We have that number for you right there on the screen. And we've said this before, every single missing person matters. Their stories are important. They're important to the families who are looking for answers, and they're important to us. We want to partner with you to bring more of these stories, just like Alexis's, into the spotlight. They need coverage. If someone you love has gone missing or you know of a case you think we should hear about and look into, please send us your tips to our website, newsnationnow.com/missing.
From negativity, demons, evil, lies, only before the truth, only before the truth about Alexis. I decided to do a missing case because there are a lot of cases that I want answers from. And this is one of the old cases, believe it or not. As you watched in the interlude about Alexis Patterson. She has been missing since May of 2002. May 3rd, 2002. She was last seen by her stepfather, who allegedly claimed he walked her to school and just saw her running off to school, and that's the last he saw her. At least that's what he claimed. I'm not sure if they followed up on it. I heard rumors that he had a lie detector test and he passed it. I don't know, honestly. But he never got arrested. Nothing ever happened to him. And I think he died not too long ago, so he took the secrets of that day to his grave. So let's find out what the cards say about Alexis Patterson, who came up missing on the morning of May 3rd, 2002, that she was allegedly walked by her stepfather, and he saw her cross the road going into High Mount Community School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's find out what happened. We're asking the spirits, we're asking the gods and goddesses to give us some signs, warning, something to let us know what really happened on that fateful morning. No one has really talked about this. Most cases that are done are of, Caucasians. A lot of black cases don't get even heard or spread or even talked about. They've just forgotten because the significance in a black person's life is not as great. And I'm hoping to change that narrative. I will talk about colored people cases unless another case comes to light and it caused me to talk about that. But I will stick with colored for now. No pun intended. Just want to bring those cases into the light, okay? So what happened to Alexis Patterson that morning on May 3rd, 2002? That card went to come out. That card went to come out. This card went to come out. This card went to... That card practically popped out. We're not doing upside down cards today. These are literally one of my first decks, right along with the Angel Tarot deck that I showed you guys. About 2 decks of cards. About these on the internet and about the other ones at Barnes & Noble. You can see they're kind of worn. Yeah, they're pretty old. Okay, that card didn't want to shuffle. Okay, these 2 cards practically almost hit me in my eye. That card would come out. Jeez, Spirit's definitely talking. Okay, let's see what we have here. All right, we have the Moon card. You guys see that? Yep, Moon card. Which means there were some unseen changes, some trust issues. There was some problems in Alexis Patterson household that her mom may have. Didn't think it was a huge, big deal about it. But apparently it was going on and she overlooked it. So there was definitely some problems going on in the home with the stepfather. That's what this card is saying here. And then we have the King of Wands. You see that? Which means there was some kind of leader, some very powerful person that was involved in the kidnapping of her. But I'm getting a vision in my head. They help cover it up, so to speak. And they're very powerful. They may be a law enforcement or something with a city job or something I'm getting. But they're a very prestigious person. They have a nice title. So they were involved in that kidnapping. It was planned. That's what I'm getting here. Then I got the Justice card here. This is telling me that the truth is definitely going to come out soon. And regarding her death, there's going to be some new revelations that's going to come out. That's what I'm seeing here. So that's a good thing. Then we have the King of Swords. See? See, again, some international strategic leader, someone in a really prestigious title. I'm getting a lot of that right now. When it comes to the missing her, someone from a leader, some person who has a really powerful title. It's going to have something to do with the involvement of her disappearance. Then we have the High Priestess card. See? Which means it was some secrets, it was some mystery that was going on in the missing of her. Someone has some really dark secrets that they were desperately trying to keep hidden. That's what I'm getting right there. Then we have the Star card. See? Well, it looks like there's going to be some, again, it's going to be some justice, and this case is going to be brought back in the spotlight. Something's going to happen with this card. Something's going to happen soon. I'm sensing that's going to blow this whole lid out, and some leaders are going to be exposed. Either it has some involvement with it, or it's going to have something to do with her case. Then we have this card, which is, this is 8 of Pentacles. See that? Like someone's literally mastering their craft and enjoying their employment right now. I mean, they're really mastered into this whole idea of themselves, but I don't think it's going to last very long. That's what I'm getting. So there's some mysteries that's definitely going to be revealed. The truth is definitely going to come out. But someone's really mastering this craft of kidnapping girls and covering up things, or just this facade of this ideal person. And it's this card here, which is the Knight of Pentacles. See? Again, a reliable person who's at hard work. So someone who kidnapped her was kind of respected kind of person, a man who had some kind of leadership. We went, hey, have a leadership, but he had a really good hard-working job. Like he worked labor, maybe construction or something that was some physical work he had to do. You know, he worked really hard at his job at the time. We have this card here. This is the 7 of Cups. Again, this is patient, hard work, and success. See, someone has gotten really successful at their job. I don't know if they moved up the ranks or something like that, but they're well known in the community in terms of their hard work. But it seemed like they do a lot of manual labor work too. And then we have this. And this is the 9 of Wands. So we have the 9 of Wands. And this is basically someone keeping and maintaining boundaries and making sure that the truth doesn't come out. So they're really maintaining this facade of a good, wholesome, hard-working family man that I'm getting here. Someone who really mastered their craft, and some leader person helped cover this whole kidnapping up. They helped camouflage it in some format, but looked like someone at the time was doing some manual work, maybe construction or something. And they were really well known for their hard work or something. That's what I'm getting here. But judging from this Justice card, this case is gonna come up in this. It's gonna come up in the spotlight. I don't know if this leader is going to have something to do with it, like someone probably of some prestigious status, a celebrity or something. It's going to bring this case to the light for some reason. I'm not sure, but someone is going to bring it to the light. That's what I'm getting here. Secrets are going to definitely be revealed. You know, let's put that there, because secrets are definitely going to be revealed. That's what I'm getting here. So what we got so far is that whoever kidnapped her was working in some kind of city job, working for the city. I'm getting here. This case is going to come back into the spotlight again, and secrets are going to start being revealed. Whoever this person is was well known in that community. They knew who he was, and he maintained boundaries this entire time. He made sure he kept the fence up. He made sure his image was slowly camouflaged. But let's see if we can get a little bit deeper on whoever this person is. I mean, does he still stay in Milwaukee? Okay, here's what we have so far. Okay, we have this card here. It says, I never want to feel that way again. So this person remember I told you they was fighting? They must have had some really hidden mysteries. There was some fighting going on with some of his stepfather or something. I mean, they must have been fighting for weeks, and he was really losing it that day, and apparently he regretted it afterwards, and he never wanted to feel that way again. He thought, I'm assuming I'm getting this connection, that he thought that they had a really soulful connection, and he regret that he was careless of her. This is the stepmom, I'm assuming. I'm getting the stepmom here. And he knew her more than she thought. Like he knew her mannerism. He knew that she would believe him. He just really knew her a lot. And I'm assuming shortly before he died, he was focused on his healing. So he probably asked for forgiveness prior to his death and what his involvement was. See, we were more alike than we thought and all that crap. And there's some fantasies going on. I don't know if he was fantasizing about the mom or was he fantasizing about Alexis Patterson. So there's some perversion going on here. Sick. I hope I will see you again sometime. I hope I see you again sometime. I don't know why that card popped out. I have no idea. This is really sick. It's funny that the fantasized card came out and I will hope I will see you again sometime. Which is weird because that's strange. Because we don't know if she's dead or alive. They never found her body. But if this person is still fantasizing about her, I'm starting to get this. This is not the only person he kidnapped or they kidnapped. Or maybe looking at a serial kidnapper or something. And he has a type. That's what I'm getting here. And he worked for the city before. He was well known in the community, kind of. He definitely built some barriers and some walls. He hid everything, but the secret's gonna come out. Find out more about this person. I'm getting this is really some weird crap that I'm getting. You got this card here. And this card here. The Hermit. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Hermit, which pretty much means isolation. This means someone's trying to send some clarity, get some truth about some things. I don't know what this has to involve with her case, but someone's sensing some clarity, some truth, some intuition. So her mom may be seeking that now, some clarity, some truth. She's probably getting some spiritual guidance or something like that, I'm assuming. We have the Four of Pentacles. And apparently this is all for greed. You know, I'm getting this is all for greed. Whoever did this for greed, some infatuation, money, whatever. So this is pretty much generally what this whole thing was about, which coincides with this, which makes you wonder if this person was a serial kidnapper. Like he's done this several times before. Judge if I'm seeing here, you know. He's done this several times before. But this card, clarity, it just popped up out of nowhere, you know what I mean? You see that? I don't know if this is a kidnapper or this is another child or is this Alexis Patterson herself? I mean, is she still alive? This makes me think that she may be still alive. And maybe she don't know who she is. I don't know. What I got so far is that there was definitely some problems going on with the stepfather and the mom. And he studied her behavior. He studied the mom behavior. He studied a lot of behavior, but that morning, I don't know, or during around that time, I don't know if they were fighting a lot or they had a lot of disagreements, but it was not on the up and up. And what I'm getting here is that he lied about some things, about what really happened. That's what I'm getting. And it's not the first time he did this. Yeah. See? Which makes me reevaluate what I was seeing here. I'm wondering, was this with her mom or was this with Alexis Patterson? Like, I was careless with you. Like, he didn't care about her like that. He didn't care about anything. He really didn't. He only cared about himself. So he was really careless of Alexis Patterson. He didn't really care about her. It sounded like he had some really crazy, sick feelings. Like I know we have a soul connection. I never want to feel that way again. Like he was conflicted, going back and forth with his thoughts. And then I need to focus on my feelings. We are more like, see, he's going back and forth. Someone's going back and forth. I don't know if it's a stepdad or someone else. I fantasize about you. I hope I will see you again sometime. But it's weird because the stepfather who walked her to school, he's dead now. But this is talking about in the present. So I don't know if the stepfather knew who kidnapped her and didn't say anything, or he really did not know. He really was careless about her and didn't really care. And the person who kidnapped her is still alive still alive to this day, and is conflicted about his feelings. And he still fantasizes about Alexis Patterson, even though she may or may not be alive. I don't know. I hope she is alive and safe. But judging from this, I hope I will see you again at some time. Let you know that she's dead, and he's hoping to see her when he's dead. So this is someone who's literally in love with this girl or child. And judging from this, it's not the only child he kidnapped. He has a type. Kidnapped or even killed. He has a type. And this is all about greed, which means he's done this, his greedy, sick fantasies, and maybe even for money. And this card here, isolation, seeking some spiritual alignment. I don't know who this is, but it's maybe another victim. It could be someone who is trying to search for the truth, and it could be the person who's going to crack this entire case open. So that's what I have right now. I have that Alexis Patterson mother and her stepfather was not getting along at the time, and he was really careless of her. He didn't really watch her run across the street. He really did not care. Some leader or something was involved or will be involved in Alexis Patterson case. I do see that. This case is going to get blown out. It's going to get back into the limelight again. Justice is definitely going to be served. This person used to work in manual labor, which means he probably worked for the city. So they didn't know he was capable of this. That's what I'm getting. He put up some boundaries around his sick desires, I'm seeing here. And he's still fantasizing about her. And it's all about greed. And someone's seeking some isolation, which means he's probably still doing it, but right now he's doing it for money. But Alexis Patterson was running his first. And the judge here, someone is in isolation, getting some clarity, and this could be the reason justice is going to be served, because whoever this person is going to expose something. That's what I'm getting here. So I hope Alexis Patterson mother sees this, and I hope this helps. I hope she's found safe and soundly. And if she isn't, I hope she rests in peace. And I hope justice still be served. Leave your comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to visit my website. Bye.